Hello and welcome to this top 4 game of Wayland Games Store Championships with me, Rebecca Gillard, and joined as always by Richard Walker.
Hello.
Hello. And on the left today we have Calvin Green playing Tyrell Wars, and on the right we have Callum Gillespie playing Bara Sea of Blood. And just a heads up, if you've not missed any games, we decided just to record the cut on this one because we were just trying to get through those Northampton Store Championship games. So we just got the top 4 and the final for you of the Wayland Store Championships, and hopefully we'll be recording on Saturday at the Brighton Charity Joust, so we should get some fresh content out for you next week.
This is our first video with the actual restricted list enforced.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And we have setups. Richard, can you talk us through them, please?
Yeah, we have on the left, Calvin, we have, I think that's that Red Wine Straits, I'm not sure. Arbour Marketplace, I think it is actually. Arbour Marketplace, the Knight of Flowers, the one where you play an event and it boosts your strength, and Steve the Septon. And Callum has 2 Dragonstone Faithful Reducer Chuds, a Lemon Cloak, and a King's Road.
What's the Arbour Marketplace?
It gives you a +1 gold, and you can kneel it to give a participating character +1 strength during a challenge.
So, I don't know if it's worth noting here, but you dropped from the cut in this tournament, and that allowed Calvin to go in. So that was very kind of you to give Calvin this opportunity to face Callum in a London v Northampton game.
Sure.
So, you know, going to find out which is better, right?
Yeah. This is the definitive game to show who is better, Northampton or London.
Is what they were saying at the beginning of the game, basically.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped from the cut. I think I was King of Swiss. I played Dark Crossing with Walder Frey, but after 4 games, I didn't really want to play Walder Frey anymore. And so I didn't really want to play any games. So I dropped. And yeah, Calvin was 5th, so he jumped in.
I was very excited about you potentially winning a store championship with a Walder Frey deck. So I was a bit sad when you dropped, to be honest.
No, I just couldn't be bothered to play anymore.
But it does mean we get to see this fun game between Callum and Calvin. And we've got the opening plots from them. You've already seen them happen. So Callum there played a late summer feast, and Calvin played the Time of Plenty. And because they tied on initiative, they just flipped a coin. And Callum has been made first player. So he's got quite a bit of gold there. Should be able to get out a few bigs. Probably wants something a bit more, a bit stronger in military strength.
Yeah, quite a few resources.
Being very deliberate here, isn't he?
He is.
So he's used his King's Road, he's used his Dragonstone Port? Yeah. He's used a Dragonstone Faithful and paid a little bit more to put out Barris and Selmy.
He's definitely trying to psych out Calvin.
So, from what I remember of editing this video, the pair of them were shit-talking each other for most of the game.
That's the best way to play.
So yeah, so there's quite a bit of banter going on.
Because sometimes you just get those games which your opponent wants to be silent, which is fine, but it's best when you get the game where your opponent wants to shit-talk you as much as you shit-talk them. They're the best game.
Although I love Calvin to bits, I absolutely hate playing him.
Oh, because he shit-talks.
Oh, he's a little shitbag, he really is. He winds me up something rotten. It'll be like, he'll be playing Targ or something, and I'll do something, and he'll be like, treachery? I'm like, what? You're not even playing Lanny! And he'll do it really deadpan, as if like, you know, he genuinely has a treachery. And I'm just like, what's going on? He confuses me so much. Yeah, Vince.
I'll discard a gold off Begging Brother.
Yeah.
But you don't even have one.
He's a right little shitbag. So yeah, if you ever play Calvin, he's hilarious to play against, but also he's the biggest wind-up merchant. And as I'm very gullible, I think he takes great pleasure in teasing me.
I think, yeah, mainly it's you.
Is it just mainly me?
Yeah.
Because I'm gullible. Great. So Callum there, so he marshalled the Barriston, and also, what's that location down the bottom there, Richard?
The Stormland Fiefdom.
That one. What does it do? Oh, is that the one that moves the power?
Yes.
Okay. So you can kneel it to move power from a character or location to your faction card. Is that right?
Yeah.
Something along those lines. But he saved quite a lot of gold. Has he got a card in shadows? Not visibly.
No. He might have the City Watch.
Ah. Yeah.
They're an ambush
feasible.
card in Baratheon.
So Calvin there has marshalled Allery and using her reaction to go and find, I think it was... Is it Garth the Gross? Is it Garth?
I didn't see, but there is a card
name?
called Garth the Gross.
Yeah. Well, for a split second I was thinking Gareth the Gross.
Gareth the Gross.
I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that's Garth.
Yeah, Garth the Gross. And because we have a lord and a lady on the board, he gets all of his bonuses. So he's a Tricon now. And is it plus strength he gets? 3 strength?
He's 3 strength now, and he has Renown.
Ooh, so 3 strength with Renown and all 3 icons. Seems pretty good.
I expect then Calvin is running Tinder Marge. When he fetch either a king or lord.
Yeah, seems feasible. And very helpful there, Calvin. Thank you for the icons.
So the Knight of Flowers is 3 strength. Garth the Gross is 3 strength. That's 6 strength there.
Also, it's even-handed justice.
Yep.
So even-handed justice, kneeling out a Dragonstone Faithful and the Knight of Flowers. And doing that as a first action there. Which means that Calvin can go with a nice big military, and the only icon that Calvin can defend with is our Garth the Gross.
Yep.
Or
So
Gareth
he can defend with 4. Callum is going in with 6 plus. I think Lem is now 4 strength. So that's 10.
Why did you say he's now 4 strength? Is he not normally 4 strength?
While you control no loyal characters, he gets a power icon and plus 2 strength. So he has 3 cost and 2 strength with a military icon.
Okay.
But whilst you don't have any loyals, he gets the power icon and extra strength.
Cool. It's a weird addition to the deck.
Here's Valor. I don't know if
Okay.
Callum's running Mel.
Yeah. Well, he did talk to us about this deck and told us that although it is Sea of Blood, generally the events he goes for aren't so much the, big military style ones. He likes going for the Neil events. So he actually uses the Sea of Blood trigger as a way of finding Neil. And, there you go. So he's just got a Scene in Flames there.
Yeah, and Lem's Valor trait is going to be valuable now because he can play the Scene in Flame.
Not right now, though, because it's reactions.
Yep.
Oh, he has a sword. So he has a put to the sword anyway.
He's saving a lot of gold. Calvin must have suspected.
Yeah, so that's the put to the sword. And that went on to Allery there.
So I guess the choice was Allery and the Knight of Flowers. He chose to kill Allery because Allery was still standing. Because he doesn't want to get hit with 2 challenges on the comeback.
Yeah.
No. Oh, see, the Knight of Flowers has a duplicate.
He does.
Which I didn't notice, so that's another reason why he killed Allery.
Yeah.
Garth the Gross died because Calvin wants to keep using Steve the Septon to draw cards and get money.
Why Steve?
I don't know, I think I heard someone call him Steve and it's just kind of stuck in my brain now. It's easier to say than scheming.
That's true. Steve the Septon.
And it does look like a Steve. Slightly tubby, bit sneaky.
You just offended like every Steve that watches the channel.
Every Steve I know fits the description of slightly tubby and,
The only Steve I know is a bald guy who teaches English in Japan.
Is he tubby?
He might be slightly tubby.
Because the only Steve I know is my ex-father-in-law and he's bald and slightly tubby as well.
Oh, maybe it's a Steve thing. I'm sorry if your name is Steve.
Although the scheming Septon isn't bald.
No.
I don't know why you brought that up.
What? Anyway, things are happening, Richard. We had a Scene in Flames, and Callum used it to take Tinder Marge out of Calvin's hand. I believe that was Tinder Marge he just took. And on the comeback, Calvin here is doing an intrigue challenge with the Septon. And his claim is... Oh, Bob! Well, I guess that's a fair exchange. Callum takes
except
Tindermarge.
Callum paid 1 for the privilege.
Yeah. And Calvin got a power on the unopposed for it.
Yeah. Callum did get to see Calvin's hand, though.
Oh,
he's going to trigger Steve. Don't know if Callum runs Marched. Probably doesn't.
It's a Save Blood deck.
See a blood deck, yeah, but you don't really need to run March when you've got all the kill events at your disposal. If you can just kill the threats, why march it?
Okay. I still think if I was Calvin, I wouldn't have done that. Just in case. But if Calvin knows Callum's list, or, maybe he's...
I don't think Calvin knows Callum's list.
Well, no, but players chat, don't they? Especially friends. So, people chat
These
about
guys hate each other. The
Northampton
Northampton versus London rivalry is real.
Is it though?
They can't contain their contempt for each other.
Well, the thing is, it's not really a competition, is it? Because Northampton thrashes London every time.
Ooh.
So, sorry. I can't help it.
Wow.
Anyway, London, you're great. Quick, talk.
I'm waiting for you to explain why London's great.
No, I was just trying to backtrack.
Okay. So we've got Wardens of the South opened against exchange of information.
So no marched.
The Callum's looking for more cards in hand, more option. Doesn't necessarily need great options because he got 10 strength and militaries on the board. Calvin not going to have that much in terms of gold and resources. He's going to have 6 gold worth to be able to marshal.
This looks like it's getting one of everything.
Not sure what that is. Look like a port or Blackwater Bay, I don't know. Saving the Kingdom.
Ooh.
Over the Scene in Flames.
Saving the Kingdom's a pain in the arse. That's one where you can pay your gold and get it back, right?
Yeah.
And that you can't stand in the standing phase.
Yeah, I think the Saving the Kingdom is maybe a mistake. A short-term mistake because the Knight of Flowers is 3 strength.
Oh, is it 3 strength or under?
Yeah. So, unless Calvin takes an action first in the challenge phase, that Knight of Flowers is going to get knelt if Callum saves 2 gold, which will hinder Calvin's attempt to defend the Sea of Blood trigger. The other option was Scene in Flames, I think, which Calvin, I can understand his fear, having taken Marge from his hand already.
Yeah.
So he's obviously very scared of the hand control.
So we're on to Calvin's marshalling then. Like he's got 5 gold there.
I mean, the thing for Calvin here is if Knight of Flowers does get into a challenge, then he's going to be 5 strength because of the plot.
Yes. Well, so long as you react. Because a lot of people forget that Wardens of the South isn't just a passive effect. You do have to react with it to give the plus strength. So
it's true.
A lot of people forget it.
A lot of people forget it, do they?
Yeah, I've seen people forget it in games and things before.
I haven't seen people play it in a long time.
It's been a while, hasn't it? It's nice to see some of the old cards come out every now and then. Like Lem.
Lem? He's just bad.
Can't be that bad.
He's bad.
It's in Callum's deck.
Callum's bad.
Callum's made the top 4.
He must be bad.
He's not bad.
Playing Lem.
He's one of the best players in Northampton.
What a monster. Lem. It's like we've taken the piss out of the store champ by playing crap cards. Callum playing Lem, I was playing Walder. Dan was playing Night's Watch Brotherhood. We just went there and we thought...
To be fair, Aldershot was one of the biggest store championships, and was it 24 people did the Alder Shuffle, where you got a random house and agenda.
Yeah, but at least you could build what you wanted with that house and agenda.
Just a quick question. So Brienne's got an attachment on her, which Calvin sort of put down immediately under the character. Have you got any idea what that might be?
No.
No, it's a little bit difficult to tell, isn't it?
Oathkeeper, maybe?
It's only costed 1.
Interesting.
Unless it's a bodyguard.
Could be a bodyguard. I can't tell if the attachment is green or neutral coloured.
Maybe we'll see it later.
Callum saving 2 for saving the kingdom.
Yeah.
There you are. Down he goes.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame Calvin didn't have an event, because as first player, if he'd played the event, he could have reacted with Knight of Flowers.
Yeah, he's got no gold.
Strength. Yeah.
So it'd have to be a 0 cost event, like the Bear and the Maiden Fair, which he could be running, because I'm pretty sure he's running a Steve the Scepter and an Old Town deck.
Oh, okay.
So, seeing what's on the top of your deck can be worth, but not really worth, if that makes sense. What does Calvin do here?
Bit difficult, isn't it, really? I guess he just has to wait and make sure that the military isn't won by 5. So I've got the intrigue here from... Is that the Shadow Priestess?
Yep.
Is that the one where it comes out of shadows and you kneel someone?
Yep.
But he didn't do that, did he?
No, he just marshalled it for 3.
Yeah. Also this claim. Nice.
What was it?
Renly.
Wow.
No wonder he didn't want them to have the scene in flames.
Oh, Barristan has the Light of the Lord.
What does that do?
When the dominant phase begins, you stand attached to character and you gain a gold.
Oh, cool. So you basically always win Dom.
Yes.
Which works really well with Saving the Kingdom.
Oh yeah, because it gives you the gold to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So power coming in from power coming in from Lem there, and that's going through unopposed with claim, and then the military from military from Savariston, and that was a bodyguard, and Calvin very, very quick there to defend, but forgot to react with his plot. And if he had have done, he'd have won that military challenge because Brienne would have been on 7 strength, right? And Barristan 6.
Yeah, I remember watching this. I'm sat next to Calvin on the bench, and when he didn't trigger the plot, I looked at Dan, who was watching. Then Dan looked at me, and I looked at Callum, and Callum looked at me, and Callum looked at Dan, and we were sort of looking at each other going, he didn't react with the plot.
He took the bodyguard really quickly as well, didn't he? You silly sod.
Poor Calvin.
I think it's around about now that he realised.
Oh, he already tapped the card.
Oh, has he done it?
Yeah. Poor Calvin.
What a numpty.
Maybe it's the pressure of being in the top 4 that he doesn't like.
Maybe.
Maybe he's going to pieces. Maybe he's just starstruck by Callum's star presence.
I think that's very likely.
Game of Thrones, good player. Yeah, Star Wars superstar. Legend.
Yeah.
Maybe Calvin feels like he doesn't belong.
Maybe he's just really, really enthralled by Callum's mat. Maybe he's just really confused.
Intimidated.
Yeah. He's like, it's a Star Wars mat. Maybe I'm playing the wrong game. Maybe I've got the wrong deck. Maybe I should be playing Star Wars. And he's just so confused that he forgot. Or
maybe he's just really, really busy taking mental notes on how to be as good as Northampton players.
Maybe.
And so he's trying to copy the techniques that Callum's doing.
That sounds really likely.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. So
I think we're the paranumpties here, Richard.
Yeah, we are. Calvin triggered the exchange of information with pulling the strings.
He did indeed.
Callum's doing that horrible thing where you put it on top of your own card. No, you don't know what's what.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so it looks like we're definitely getting that one, which is another of the Arbor Market.
Yep.
Okay. Getting there. Events, we're getting a Nightmare. It's interesting. And then characters. Which one's that?
Nefarious Acolyte.
What does that one do again?
I expect that's just Calvin's sneaky little tech. The one where you bring it out of shadows and you can blank a plot for the phase.
But unfortunately, that's not going to do anything against the forced march that Callum played, because Brienne is now knelt, and Knight of Flowers is still knelt from the Saving the Kingdom last turn.
Yep.
So he's getting the lock on here. Calvin's going to have to try and spam out a few characters, so he's got things that can actually do something. But then Callum's got that Saving the Kingdom back, so he can just kneel whatever's put out anyway.
Yeah, Calvin's under some pressure here. Poor Calvin.
Hey, you're the one who put him there.
Serves you right, Calvin.
Don't be an arsehole.
Calvin never get around to watching this anyway. He's too busy being thrown dad in London.
That's true.
Dadding the troops.
Dadding the troops.
Dadding them all, making them all go to Brighton and stuff. Being dad. Sorting out the train timetables and
that's true.
Cajoling noobs to come along.
So if you are free over the weekend and you're in the UK, it starts on the Friday, so the Friday night they're all going out for a meal. Saturday daytime is the charity joust in Brighton. Last year they managed to raise over £1,000 for charity.
Whoa.
And then we've got the Sticking with the Pointy End quiz that's going on Saturday evening.
Pointlessly end.
Pointlessly end. And then on the Sunday, oh my gosh, what is it? They're doing something on the Sunday.
Is it Melee?
Melee, maybe?
Kingsmoot?
Kingsmoot.
I
think it's Kingsmoot. They're doing stuff on the Sunday too. So basically, you've got a whole weekend.
Kingsmoot, the one with the Greyjoy title, didn't it? Because Gabby and Joe went to Worlds and they got the title.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
I think they're quite rare. You don't see them very often in the UK, so it's a very good opportunity to play it.
Yeah.
Is this video going to be out in time?
Yes, it's going to go up tomorrow morning, which will be Friday morning.
Oh, brilliant.
So, yes, so if anyone manages to watch it and suddenly thinks, oh, crap, I want to go, then do it. We've got a few Europeans coming over as well, haven't we?
Yes.
Got Stefan Rocky, our Patreon, coming over from Germany.
Yep.
Can't remember who else. Oh, and then Eric as well is coming over, isn't he? Another one of our Patrons.
Yeah, Eric Visser Martindale.
Yeah. So he'll be coming over. So it's really nice that everyone's getting involved in this.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him as well.
Yeah.
Stormland Fiefdom. It wasn't Blackwater Bay. My bad.
Always.
Why would you run that anyway? Oh. Is there any reason the Dragonstone Faithful has jumped up on top of the other one?
What's that extra attachment? Is that a milk on Barristan?
I think it might be. But I'm not sure why. It's kind of unnecessary, right? There aren't even any lords or ladies. It's just for the renown you're stopping. Yeah.
Well, it slows down Callum's win condition, I guess.
I guess it does. So what do we have? We've got the Septon, Highgarden Courtier. Calvin saves some gold. So if he does have a strength boost event, or any sort of event really, Knight of Flowers can react, increase his strength, then he can kneel the Courtier to stand him.
Seems good. But Calvin would need to play the event as his first action, because otherwise Callum can just do something mean. Ooh, what's this dude?
That is Red Ronnet.
Red Ronnet. Ronnet like a car bonnet.
What?
No? What does he do? Oh.
What does he do? He raises the claim if the opponent has a card in shadows.
Oh, okay. But he doesn't, so he doesn't.
Correct. But he does have a red icon, and he has no attachment except weapon. Which is nice. You can't milk him to stop that 2-claim goodness.
So we had that Saving the Kingdom there on the Courtier, which means that he can't use that action to restand the Knight of Flowers.
Do you think he had the event to stand? Do you think that's why he saved the gold, or do you think he just didn't have anything to do?
Possibly. He might have had one. Just wondering what Calvin's doing here. Is it worth doing anything?
Yeah, I think it is.
Maybe throw an intrigue?
Yeah, that's what I would do. Because then if Callum wants to defend it, he can, but he can't then intrigue back. Which makes his hand safe.
Yeah.
Because he can't defend the intrigue. So he might as well push the intrigue on attack.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout.
There we go. Intrigue.
Makes sense.
Does Callum like his hand?
Let's find out.
He
Apparently
doesn't
not. So basically, before I thought this was the round. At the start of this round, Calvin said, "If I can get a POW this round, will you concede the game?" And Callum was like, "No." And then because it went through unopposed, Calvin's like, "All right, thanks, I win." Callum's like, "No, I did not agree to this." So then Calvin was just saying to the screen, "Let it be known that Callum conceded because I won a power." And then took a friggin' bob from hand again. That's 2 bobs taken from Callum's hand now. You must be so sad. But yeah, Calvin, just his usual teasing. Oh yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, and renown on my septon." So yeah, Calvin, the king of tease. Throne's dad. And Sir Tease a lot.
Sir Tease a lot. Did you just... That's the word... Oh.
So, what was he kneeling his faction card for?
Because he just triggered Sea of Blood.
Oh, right, okay, that was quick. So, a military with Sebaristan, winning by 5 means a reaction to go and get an event. And this will be the 2nd blood token. So, most events are normally now covered. But
yeah, just the 3 cost events that won't be covered, like Grey Hospitality.
Forgotten My History?
Forgotten by History. I like it. That is a good one. Lannister always pays his debts, which you won't find in his deck.
I've genuinely played Forgotten My History before.
Wow. Yeah, you have actually. A phantom hand appearing.
Was it you?
I think it was Dan.
No.
Courtier dies. What did Callum get in the end?
I don't know, I was distracted.
I guess we'll just have to find out.
So a power with Lem, which goes through unopposed and claim. Not looking so good for Calvin here. Could use a reset of some sort.
Intrigue, unopposed. Yeah, I don't think...
Oh my god!
How weird.
The pair of them are claiming the most amazing cards.
Imagine if they played them to the board at some point.
That would involve them having enough gold to do so, right? I mean, Calvin's backboard isn't very strong.
I'm fairly sure they have gold plots. Callum does have a board of 6 characters though, so he's unlikely to want to commit further. But he didn't need to. He can just play a safety plot now. I'd probably play a draw plot, or because if you play economy and Calvin doesn't play a reset, then you're committing to really putting stuff down. I
mean, Callum's got a lot of economy on the backboard as well. He's got 2 gold's worth plus 2 kneeling locations that he can use.
Agree.
So even if there is a reset, you know, he's got resources to repopulate the board.
And if it's Valar-D, you can still keep your Dragonstone Faithfuls as well.
So Callum, they're just in the taxation phase, kneeling one of the places that lets you move it.
Yes, one of the places that let you move it. The Stormlands Fiefdom.
Thank you. Kneeling the Stormlands Fiefdom to move that power from Sebaristan. So it looks like he's expecting a reset of some sort, which Calvin does play.
Valar Morghulis.
So Calvin does have the dupe on the Knight of Flowers, which means that at least he'll be safe. Interesting
then that he didn't trigger the Scheming Septon in the challenge phase. If he wanted the Valar, at least he would have had a bit of gold, an extra card.
But but it may be that he wasn't sure what he was going to do, or that he didn't want to broadcast it. So...
Well, I don't think triggering the septum would broadcast the Valor.
No.
IMO.
Either way, he didn't do it. And so had one less card potentially in hand.
Did he fuck it up?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Callum...
Sorry, Calvin, for being so blunt. He got another one.
A time of plenty. So he's going to have plenty of gold to repopulate the board. And as you say, Calvin there playing a Scheming Septon and an attachment on the Knight of Flowers. I'm not entirely sure what it is. And saving a gold. But he's got a few cards in hand now.
If I had to guess, the attachment probably going to be Crown of Gold and Roses.
Yeah. Oh, look how excited he is. I can't even remember what that's called.
The King's Hunting Party.
That was it. Is this one that gets an intrigue icon?
Yes, when your opponent has a king, which... yes! Calvin has the Crown of Gold and Roses for King Knight of Flowers, which gives the King's Hunting Party a green icon.
Callum was so excited about that. You could see him shaking with excitement. And a Fire of Followers there as well. So quite nicely repopulated after that. Okay, so on to the challenges phase. And any actions from Calvin?
Oh, wow. Did that really happen?
Oh, that's amazing.
This is incredible.
Okay, so we had Calvin taking his first action to Nightmares, the King's Hunting Party, to make him lose the Intrigue icon, and reacting with the Knight of Flowers to put him up to 5 strength, which means that he couldn't be affected by Saving the Kingdom. Callum then taking his action to Saving the Kingdom on the Septon instead, which means that Septon will stay knelt unless Calvin chooses to trigger his action.
Yeah, he can't trigger the Septon really. Because then if he loses the military, Flowers will die. Yeah.
So that's Sarah's military claim unless for some reason Callum can't win the military. So Callum doing a power with the Dragonstone Faithful, which is going through unopposed, as Calvin rightfully wants to save that Knight of Flowers for the military.
So the Knight of Flowers at the moment is 5 strength.
Yes.
Could be 6 with the Alban Marketplace in a challenge. Could be even more if the King attachment is triggered.
So an Intrigue.
Got the Nefarious Acolyte.
Mm-hmm. Is that the first non-7 coster, 6 or 7 coster, that's been taken for claim?
Might be.
Because you had, what do you have? You had Tindermarge, Renly, 2 Roberts, all been taken.
We didn't even get a military challenge.
It wasn't worth it. Knight of Flowers will just win on defence and get renown.
Win on defence. How would he win on defence?
How strong is the hunting party?
6.
Okay. So Knight of Flowers was 5 at that point. Put him up to 6 with the marketplace. And then just discard a card for Crown of Roses to put him up higher than that.
I think that's worth doing a military challenge for. Because that one power on the Knight of Flowers isn't going to do a lot. I think I would have done it just to get another card out of Calvin's hand.
Fair enough.
But irrelevant, I guess.
So we've got our plots here. So we've got King of the North from Calvin and Close Call from Callum.
Interesting. So Barry's down. It's been saved. He had a close call. He's in the discard pile.
Mm-hmm. I guess he was the only unique that was in the dead pile, to be fair.
Yeah, let's not forget this monumental occasion.
It's very important.
It's incredible. In all my years of playing, this is a rarity.
Oh, I should also mention, by this point, Callum has forgotten to take his Dom power twice. Which means that by this point, Callum should have already won.
Oh. What a dork.
Yep. And instead, we have another 20 minutes of the game.
Oh, for God's sake, Callum. Or maybe Callum did it on purpose because he wanted to purposely torture Calvin.
Or both. So, marshalling a Shireen there. And saving 5 gold by the looks of it.
Ooh, maybe his hand is not so good. But I'm pretty sure he has a saving the kingdom, right? Or maybe not. Or maybe so. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
He's got 2 cards in hand, so maybe. Oh, doesn't he have the attachment in hand?
Light of the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh! Well, I guess that'll be why the game goes on an extra 20 minutes with left and right on board. Wonder if they've got little icons. And Old Town! Is Calvin going to make the comeback of comebacks?
Probably, maybe not.
Might do.
Well, he got some defensive power, sure. But he doesn't really have a lot in the way of attacking and gaining power.
He's got Old Town.
Yeah, but
And
one power round. You don't have that long left in the game.
He's got this.
And Callum's not just going to roll over and have his belly tickled.
He's not Nugget.
He's not.
Callum has a dog called Nugget. It's not small. It's not a nugget.
Bigger than you.
It is actually bigger than me.
It's like, if you imagine in Game of Thrones where you see the scene, let's take for example the very first episode where you see Robert Baratheon stood next to a horse. That's Rebecca stood next to Nugget.
I thought you were going to say something like when you see the Mountain stood next to his real life wife.
No, because a dog is a bit more like a horse in terms. It has 4 legs. I mean, I've never seen the Mountain's wife, but I'm fairly sure she wouldn't have 4 legs.
Probably not. Probably not. A military from the King's hunting party and the Fire Followers. Calvin there triggering the Skimming Septon to draw a card and gain 2 gold. And then we're spending a gold to play Growing Strong on all 3.
Wow.
And also reacting with the Knight of Flowers. So the Knight of Flowers will now be on 7 strength and the left and right will be on 5 strength each.
Correct, yeah.
Which means they can defend this challenge for 10 in total, meaning they win the challenge, which seems good.
That is good.
So Calvin just needs to wait out until the power challenge has been done, if they're going to do one. And then he can trigger Old Town and get a bit of power on his faction card, knowing that Callum can't just steal it.
Yeah, so, I mean, Calvin can hit with all 3 challenges unless Callum has a City Watch, which he had the gold for.
Might be best to go in with an intrigue first then, just to sort of test the waters a little bit.
I think I would. An intrigue with right, because...
He is right intriguing!
You're so pleased.
I'm so happy.
I led you into that.
I know you did. Thank you, honey. Your efforts are appreciated.
I know. Is it still Callum challenges?
No, I think Callum's decided to pass.
Yeah, there's no point in doing a power challenge into left and right.
No. So theoretically over to Calvin then. Yeah, intrigue first makes sense. So we're going for the intrigue for a strength of 5. And getting that City Watch out of the hand. So at least that's not going to be taken. And Calvin knows what he's up against. So the intrigue they're going through unopposed. So gaining a power. And...
Torch.
Puts the torch.
So I guess he prioritised his power challenge here. With left and the Knight of Flowers. The Knight of Flowers is what?
7.
So he's 7 now, is he? He could be 8 with the
Oh,
Arbor
yeah,
Market
so he
Play.
can win it on his own, right?
Sorry?
He could just win it on his own, couldn't he?
Yes. Yeah, because if he is 7 strength, Arbor Marketplace makes him 8. Callum has 8 strength and power on the board.
In which case it makes sense just to chump block.
Yeah, gives him a chance of winning Dom and gaining power back.
Well, I was thinking gives him a chance of winning the military. But then again, I guess by chump blocking, it means that Calvin doesn't need to use the Arbor Marketplace, which means he can use it on left, who is currently on 5, so it'll put him up to 6.
But then he can just claim the Dragonstone Faithful.
Yeah.
Who's knelt now. So that's an efficient sequence.
So I think it's worth doing the military, because it's making Callum's board weaker. So I'd guess that Callum would defend with the City Watch, forcing Calvin to use the Arbor Marketplace. Yeah. So winning the military and claiming the Dragonstone Faithful, as predicted. But Callum still wins Dom because Fire Follows will stand.
They will not.
They will not.
King in the North.
Ah. Then I think Calvin's only got 2 gold.
Yeah, the tie Dom.
Yeah. But Calvin remembering there to trigger the Old Town naming character, because of course he knows the Septon is on top. That lets him gain another gold.
The amount of times I played Old Town on the Iron Throne and I just forget to trigger it in the dominant phase. And then I get to the standing phase and I'm like, oh shit.
That's always sad.
And then I'm always like, my opponent must think I'm so bad.
So Calvin's, getting back in the game here a bit.
Left and right, baby.
He's going to have to go a bit quicker, though, if he wants to try and...
It's funny, he's only got 8 gold on the board worth for Valar Dohaeris. If that ever
Oh,
happens.
yeah.
And what an 8 gold it is.
I'm pretty sure that Callum runs Valar as well.
Does he? Wildfire.
So we've got a close call there into Wildfire. So Callum there probably just trying to make sure he goes first. And also killing off Shireen means that he can kneel out whichever character's annoying him most.
Indeed. So he could break up the left-right team if he wanted.
And Calvin playing close call, presumably to get some card draw more than anything, because I think the only significant person who's dead is Brienne. So yeah, we can't quite see because he's put his cards off the table.
Well done, Calvin.
But yes.
God damn it, Calvin.
Oh, interesting. So choosing to kneel left there, who is now power left to defend.
I see what you did there.
Powerless.
I'm not really impressed. I'm not an appreciator of puns. Especially your puns.
They're great. Whammer loves my puns.
Whammer?
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyone else? I mean, it's not like
It's
Whammer.
probably just Whammer, to be
It's
fair.
not like Whammer, the creme de la creme of, comedy.
Well, he's the person that said that he likes my puns.
Right.
And right intriguing isn't really a pun, it's just a good way of remembering that right has an intrigue icon.
Well, I'm a little bit annoyed at Whammer for,
Validating me.
for validating you.
Thanks, Whammer.
And just making this entire experience worse.
Better.
Worse.
Better.
So we have a begging brother from Calvin
We do.
to stop some annoying triggers.
We also have another Septon on the board. Well, I'll say another, it's probably the same one, right?
It's definitely the same one.
He could have 2 in hand.
He's scheming. He's a really, really strong card. He's above the curve. Not only is he loyal, bike on 2 strength for 2 gold. He gains 2 gold, pay for himself, and you draw a card.
Well,
and he has synergy with everything.
Is it Courtesan of the Rose?
Yeah.
And it's like the same stats, 2 for 2, intrigue and power, but does nothing.
Blank.
And then you've got this.
Way to make it irrelevant.
Yeah, I know, right? Why would you play that over a Septon? So, Callum's marshalling then. And as always, he's got quite a nice amount of gold there. So we get 6 gold plus the 2 Dragonstone ports. But I guess it's a bit tougher a decision now that Calvin's managed to build a bit of a board presence up.
Yeah, and the begging brother is kind of annoying because even if you've got something in hand that you want to play and it has triggers, you're kind of disincentivized to play it now.
Well, I mean, he's probably running Mel, isn't he? Because we've seen quite a few lore characters popping onto the board. So he's probably a bit reluctant to play a Mel that's just going to get cancelled. So it looks like he's just going to go straight for the City Watch, not bothering to ambush it. And that's some big military strength on the board now.
Yeah, he played out City Watch because he can reduce it with the location, so I'm guessing that's all he's going to play.
Looks like it. Oh, what's this? Consolidation of power?
No, that looks like even-handed justice.
Ah. Yeah, better to play that before the Knight of Flowers gets too big. Oh, but it doesn't matter actually, does it, with even-handed?
Yeah, you can just do it any time.
Shame Callum didn't have a chud to kneel with it, but I guess Spyro Follows would do. So power then with the Skimming Septon. So Callum would have to kneel out a big character to stop this. It'd be interesting to see if he decides to do so.
So yeah, he got to weigh up whether losing the power challenge is worth it. So I guess the flip side of it is, does he really want to trigger the Sea of Blood and how impactful that is going to be? If that's going to be more impactful, which it looks like it's probably not worth it. If he did have another put to the sword in the deck, he could play that and kill the left or right, break that up. If he doesn't, I think he was only running one.
Oh, really?
Two. Yeah, I don't think his deck was more focused on near events and things like that to sort of just give him tempo every now and then. So he decided keeping the power is important.
I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because he can still win a power on the way back, and at least now there's power to take. So triggering the Septon here to draw a card and gain 2 gold. Don't know if he's going to use that for anything, maybe just to threaten the growing strong.
Yeah, he's certainly threatening something. Say something.
I was waiting to see if you'd fill the gap.
I can be quiet.
Good. But this is the point where I need you to not be quiet.
Okay, so we've got Callum challenges now.
Looks like.
So he could go in with both for military and trigger the Sea of Blood. 12 strength against potentially 4. Even if Calvin has grown strong, that's only 6. So he could trigger the Sea of Blood, it seems. Is it worth? Or could he just do a power challenge and an intrigue challenge?
I think the power challenge would be more worth it. Gets you closer to winning, doesn't it? So, yep, going in for the power. So Calvin can defend here, so it's not unopposed.
Interesting that he lined that up behind an already knelt City Watch to make it look more imposing.
And Calvin there just defending with the Begging Brother. So Callum will win this challenge. So power claim. Again on 13.
So he could do a thing here. What's he going to do?
Go for the military.
Yep, that's fair. Gets rid of the Begging Brother.
So Calvin just defending with with right. But Callum's still winning that military challenge. So he won't be able to trigger the Sea of Blood. But it does mean, as you say, that he gets rid of the Begging Brother. Which means that Callum will be able to trigger any horrible things he wants to trigger in the next turn. So the fire follower standing.
Calvin taking Dom.
Calvin taking the Dom. And triggering Old Town. Naming character. To draw the Septon.
He's a wizard.
You do say that several times as a bystander as well.
I'm not surprised. He's a very magical man.
He is a magical man with a magical beard.
All Calvin needs is a wizardly robe. It can be arranged.
You've got a robe.
What?
Well, it's more of a cloak, but you've got a robe.
True. Valardi into Valardi. I think Calvin wins out of that.
Definitely. And looks like Callum there's going to be first player. Which isn't great for Callum, really. He'd probably prefer Calvin to go first. Kneel out left and right. Depends what he puts on the board, I guess. So what we've got here, a fire of followers. Anyone significant? He's still got 5 gold.
What you got?
He's got quite a few cards in hand now, doesn't he?
He does. He should have options.
It might be that he wants to save his gold for playing annoying events and things.
That might be the case. Are you favouring 3 gold there?
Oh.
4 gold. He's doing some epic counting.
Well, the thing is, I'm pretty sure time has just been called. And I can't see Calvin closing an 8 power gap. I don't think this round matters too much.
What are you saying? Callum stalling?
I think Callum is just prolonging the torture of the London players.
Because London are losing.
Yeah. Celise. Okay.
Fair enough.
Bodies on the board.
Poor London.
And a dupe there on left.
Where?
Calvin has an annoying habit of putting dupes on exactly underneath.
Oh. Oh, look. I literally moved the card.
It's bugging you.
Just making sure that wasn't a dupe.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm policing this game. You know. Obviously not very well, otherwise I've noticed the Dom thing, but...
He was around.
Come on, Calvin, marshal some damn cards.
He's just drawing up the suspense.
Really?
Yeah.
Wonderful. He never really got much economy in this game, did he?
Not really. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Hello.
He did this exact same thing against me. He had the exact same board, Night Flowers, left and right, and then he played Randall on his King in the North turn. And he had a Crown of Golden Roses on Randall.
Nice.
Yeah.
Him.
Except I top decked my Marriage Pact. And I put that on Randall because I made him first. So then he was really sad.
No! You're an evil little shitbag. You know that, right?
Serves him right.
Oh, dear.
Trying to King in the North my Walder Frey. Luckily, Walder the passive.
Oh, he's conceded.
Well,
he decided to trigger Old Town and see what he got. Apparently wasn't good enough.
Congratulations, Callum. We'll see you in the final.
We will indeed.
Calvin, go home, you scrub. Go back to London.
Don't be so mean. So, yeah, as you say, thanks everyone for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by going to patreon.com/The White Walkers. And we will see you in the next video for the final between Callum and myself.
Wow.
Go me!
Hey. All right, guys. See you later.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye.